now it is the kids that have finally had enough of this.
Took just a terrible turn in Burlington.
Parents and teachers outraged over the response to a middle school pride event.
Parents angry at town hall over intolerance at Marshall Simons Middle School.
Instead of showing support, some students allegedly destroyed decorations there.
Parents, teachers, and school administrators are furious with a group of students who protested Pride Day at their school. Instead of wearing rainbow clothes, these students showed up wearing American flag apparel, chanting, "My pronouns are USA."
The incident behind this happened 2 Fridays ago here at Simmons Middle School. We're told a group of students started chanting, "My pronouns are USA," and tore down some rainbow banners while another group of students was setting up a pride display.
Kids were asked to wear rainbow clothes in honor of Pride Spirit Day, but some organized a counter-protest wearing red, white, and blue or black.
Students were invited.
Well, guys, seeing how Bud Light is losing money, seeing how Target is losing money, seeing how Starbucks has, they've taken down their pride decorations, seeing how the White House has banned a trendsetters influencer. You have to watch the way you say that word here on the platform, especially if you are somebody of my type of commentary. I would suggest that we're actually winning the culture war, at least at this moment in time. However, things have gone completely awry when the kids, middle school kids in particular, have decided to rise up against it. Now, guys, this story comes out of Massachusetts, which surprises me. Very, very liberal state, very blue state, somewhat woke, in some cases very woke. And, of course, at the same time, though, there are these, these stories of how it was that the grumblings of people who got tired of BLM flags being flown outside of Fenway Park. But then you come across this story here, and you got to say to yourself, wow, these kids right here are extremely creative, and kudos to them. Now, guys, before we get too much further into this video, let me go ahead and play the full 2-minute news segment. We're going to come back on the other side, and I'm also going to explain to you why this situation it really could lead to a mass ripple effect and could be a positive on other kids, especially kids who may be a little bit downtrodden in their thinking or a little bit black-pilled. Let's go ahead.
Displays of intolerance and homophobia are unacceptable.
This type of intolerant rhetoric starts in the home.
Parents angry at town hall over intolerance at Marshall Simons Middle School. Kids were asked to wear rainbow clothes in honor of Pride Spirit Day, but some organized a counter-protest wearing red, white, and blue or black. The principal sharing a statement to families that Pride posters were ripped down, stickers ripped up. Some students chanted "USA are my pronouns," and students showing pride were intimidated.
It was an unruly disruption, in fact, that was organized ahead of time.
While some parents were upset, others say it was overblown.
Some of the kids threw the stickers on the ground. But, I can only speak for my daughter. She didn't want to wear that to school. It's not that she wanted to hurt anybody's feelings.
She says her daughter felt coerced to participate in the Pride event and was offended by some of the messages, like this quote from Tennessee Williams.
Human heart cannot be straight. It is curves and winds. And my daughter just kind of said, Mom, that's offensive to me, who I am straight.
But even parents like her, opposed to the Pride Month celebration, say the ripping of posters was wrong.
I think destructing any property is wrong. I think, I just think that was wrong.
Parents and community groups now calling for the town and school board to act and support diversity, equity, and inclusion. The incident sparking discussion at home on both sides.
My thing that I teach my kids is just be kind, and I wish the schools would just kind of pump the brakes on what they're shoving down these kids' throats.
The issue of pride in schools is very controversial. I understand that. I think we need to start at a place of commonality.
Now, the principal says that no one was forced to participate in the Pride Day event, but now parents on both sides.
Guys, you heard that, and you saw the woman who said that these kids were disorderly. Don't worry, we'll get to that here in a second, because there was another content creator who had a great response to this, which I'm going to highlight here soon. But here is the deal. If you're black-pilled, don't be. The reason why you shouldn't be black pilled. You see, the thing about black pills is this here. Black pills are designed to keep you feeling down and out, depressed, thinking that nothing's ever going to change. And I just say to people, look, man, I wouldn't just believe everything that I hear. I actually do some investigation. Chin down, hands up, keep going forward. After a while, things will, in fact, change. So these kids, they basically got a hold of this pride thing and they got a little bit tired of it. So obviously they decided to go home. They probably talked to their parents about it first. I really like what that mother said at the very end, because she obviously noticed that things were getting a little bit too far out of hand, which, by the way, she should have already woken up to. But I wouldn't be surprised if these kids have not been dealing with this for the past couple of years, especially in these very, very liberal areas. Also, something else, too, the mere fact that the school is upset about this, the teachers are upset about this, I can explain that, but I'm going to wait just a second. This right here could actually lead to a ripple effect for kids who may feel a little bit black-pilled. Let me explain why. Kids, as you guys know, they can be very smart. They can also be very cruel. They can be very mean, but they can also be very sweet, and they can also be friendly. It's typically how a child was raised. And oftentimes the environment itself oftentimes helps. And good teachers, quite frankly, can actually help out with this. They can actually make a difference in a child's life. I do believe that. I think a couple of my teachers in elementary school, and maybe even some teachers that I had in middle school, may have actually helped my thinking out and maybe kept me from going down a much, much darker path. Now, what does this have to do with this video or this topic? Well, here's exactly what it has to do with it. You see, when kids get creative like this and they collectively get together and they stand against something, it oftentimes can be a very good thing. We've seen videos of college students walking out during the whole mandate stuff with the poke, all that stuff there. And of course, when kids do this, when they show some form of unity against something, especially something as evil as the whole pride thing, it may have a ripple effect, especially towards kids who may feel like they might be a little bit left out. Now, I want you guys to think about something really quick. Why would a child claim? Now, I'm not saying this is every single case, okay? So please don't come in here and say, you don't know what the heck. No, just hear me out for a second. Why would a child, and I mean a child that is like, I don't know, maybe a little bit isolated, a little bit lonely, possibly black-pilled, depressed, maybe coming from an environment where there's not a whole lot of attention, why would a child take advantage of the whole fad that's going on with the whole wokeness thing? Isolation, not getting any attention. You know, maybe the child has been left out of something. Maybe the child needs a little bit of attention. Not full attention, but obviously the right kinds of attention. You see, what we have a problem with a lot of these suburban kids, a lot of these spoiled leftists, is that they got too much attention. And then, of course, that same too much attention was not the right kind of attention, but there are some kids who may get the wrong kind of attention or may not get any attention at all. So when a bunch of kids get together and say, hey, man, look, man, we're going to do this little protest against this pride thing. You know, we're going to come up here wearing American flags. If you don't have one, just find a black T-shirt or maybe even a white T-shirt or something. Just a regular T-shirt and just wear it to school. You know, just do that. Just join us. You know, it makes the child feel a little bit more included. And that right there, of course, being the right way, not cramming this whole pride nonsense down their throat. And of course, I can't say the word, but I'm rolling it across the screen. Yeah, that's basically what I'm trying to say, is that obviously a child that may be down and out may feel actually a little bit more included in what is going on, and that actually can make a difference. You see, sometimes your friends can even make a difference. You see, if I recall a lot of my friends growing up, especially during that age, the ones I eventually hung out with, they also helped shape my thinking too. And like I said, I could have been down a very, very dark, isolated path. Thank God these people were actually in front of my face. But there's one thing that I do need to come back to, and it's obviously that woman who said that the kids were being a little bit too disorderly. There was another content creator who had a great response to this. Listen.
Dang, they intolerant. They're not tolerant. They sick of it. Stop pushing it on us. God dang.
It was an unruly disruption, in fact.
I hope these people go straight to hell and burn. All these grown adults shaming kids because they sick of this stuff. I hope they burn in hell for a long time. You should not be shaming kids for having an opinion. And y'all forcing this demonic stuff on these kids.
You go to hell. You go to hell and you die.
They need to just burn in hell. Just burn in hell. Well, Vite, really quick. They don't just burn in hell for a long time. They burn in hell forever. Hell is actually forever. It's dark. It smells like sulfur. It's not just burning. I've heard people who have dreams about it talk about the fact that there's a load of dog crap on the ground. It's really not a good spot to be in, but also something else too. This also goes to further prove what I've been saying about the conservative households having 2 kids per one in each liberal household. Now, these kids are obviously coming mostly from a suburban district. Is it possible that the suburbs are, of course, becoming a little bit more right-leaning, a little bit more conservative-leaning? I mean, dude, the more and more you throw this pride crap in people's faces, the more and more people are just going to get turned off by it. I mean, dude, it's only like, what, 3 to 5% of the population total, and there's probably another small percent of the population. By the way, we'll even do more comprehensive studies on this in the future, especially when I get this new equipment for the actual channel itself, that shows that a lot of these people probably aren't even really and truly, how do I say, gay, not even really and truly have gender dysphoria. A lot of these people are taking advantage of an actual fad. All you gotta do is go to TikTok, and you can spot the fakes and the non-fakes. Many people believe that Dylan Mulvaney is actually a fake. Then again, though, there are some people who think that he's just doing it for clicks and laughs. But then again, at the same time, though, a lot of people are saying that he's really gay. And it wasn't until he started doing the trans thing that he decided to actually explode in actual popularity. He did it all for clicks, even though this guy's obviously got some serious problems. But people are starting to get tired of the whole pride nonsense, so kudos to these kids for standing up to the wokeness. Let me say one more thing to these teachers. I just got through praising teachers, just got through praising some teachers who can make a difference in a child's life, but then you get teachers like this right here that you saw earlier. These teachers, for whatever reason, believe that these kids that they're teaching are theirs. It's not the case at all. I can promise you right now that a lot of these ladies are good old-fashioned cat ladies. Now, the principal, the guy with the bald head, if you actually pay very close attention, he seems to me that he's trying to mediate something. Now, many people may think this right could lead to something bad in the future, like maybe these kids may be forced to partake in it. But if anything, what you're doing is you're actually helping us out in the future by creating much, much more conservative minds. Now, I have talked about when you do these drag shows and stuff like that in front of little kids, what the hell ends up happening is that it actually traumatizes them, and it quite frankly needs to stop. But I've also said on multiple occasions, and this is the truth, that I blame the parents more for that than I do the actual bar owners themselves, because bar owners are going to do what bar owners do. I used to work in a bar, and I think that the drag queens are going to do what the hell they want to do. Even though I don't condone what they're doing, I'm just saying that they're obviously going to do what they're going to do. You have a child, you should not be carrying your child to these places. Obviously, some parents do have some good old-fashioned common sense and don't want their children exposed to this nonsense. They know that it, quite frankly, is useless. They know that it, quite frankly, is not popular. But once again, we have an administration that allows influencers to show up to the White House practically and do this crap here.
Like the skinny dip in front of the Secret Service agents when he was VP. But this weekend, Joe Biden let it all hang out on the South Lawn. He threw a big gay pride party at the White House, and they freed the nip.
Welcome to the White House.
Thank you.
Happy Pride Month. Happy Pride Year. Happy Pride Life.
Can we take a little video? Hi, Mr. President. It is an honor. Trans rights are human rights. Oh, it's a video. Oh, it's a video.
Are we topless at the White House?
Oh, so they basically opened Hunter's laptop on the South Lawn. But that wasn't one of Hunter's friends. The Flasher's Joe's friend, Rose Montoya. And the Flasher shatters. That's right, the Flasher's trans. And if you're trans, you can do whatever you want. If you shatter, you can do whatever you want. No shoes, no shirt, no problem. Now, if this was going to happen on any White House, I mean, my money would have been on the Trump White House. But no, the trans Flasher happened on Biden's watch. Now, who put together the guest list? Was it the same people who vetted the guys we flew out of Afghanistan? Now, everybody knows there are certain places you just don't flash. Church, school, funerals, probably the White House. Women can't flash at the White House. Men can't moon at the White House. But if you're trans, anything goes. And not only that, Biden called the trans flasher a hero.
We all talk about courage. Well, I see more courage in this lawn than I've seen in any time in the recent past. You're some of the bravest and most inspiring people I've ever known. And I've known a lot of good folks.
Biden knows Navy SEALs, police officers, and Hunter's cleaning lady. But a guy who got breast implants is the bravest person he ever met? I got back surgery last year. Nobody called me brave. Children step over needles to go to school in San Francisco. They walk through gunfire on the South Side.
Nothing screams heroic like, Nothing screams heroic like that. You people are not heroes, okay? You people are not heroes. The men and women who fought and died for this nation that are laying currently in that Biloxi, Mississippi VA cemetery, those were heroes. It's really blasphemous, especially considering the fact that they chose the month of June for this, because you have D-Day, you have Flag Day, and of course you're going into 4th of July. You know, it's really, quite frankly, it's blasphemous. It's quite frankly. It's also, to a certain degree, to some people, it's probably a little bit disheartening, but don't let your heart be troubled. Seriously, don't let your heart be troubled. I mean, just have faith in God. Just know that there are many rooms in this house, and if that was not true, he would have told you so. Fact of the matter is don't be blackpilled by this stuff. We're actually winning the culture war. These same people, by the way, also found a way to replace an American flag at a VA facility, a VA cemetery too, in Biloxi, Mississippi. I did a video on that on my backup channel, Short Timer Prepping, Gear Issue 33, about to be renamed Gear Issue 33, or I may rename it something else. I'm not entirely sure yet. I'm still waiting that out. But the thing is this right here, people are getting tired of it. They see that it's starting to get out of control. It's starting to get disrespectful. And one more thing about that pride flag, and I need to say this, and I've talked about the pride flag being so blasphemous. Here's the problem. Why in the world, and I talked about this in the video that I released earlier on Friday, about the Muslims actually in Dearborn, Michigan, officially banning the pride flag nonsense. When are you people going to understand that the American flag covers us all? It covers everybody. You don't need your own special flag, okay? It covers every single person. Now, look, I'm not okay with the pride thing. You guys know this. I don't personally have anything against the person based upon their lifestyle, as long as you're not bothering me, kids, or anything like that, or trying to cram it in their face all the time. I really and truly don't care. But this crap right here has gone too crazy. It's gone way too far. Now you're in our schools. Now you're trying to indoctrinate kids. Now you're trying to force kids to adhere to a certain lifestyle that's only about 2 to 3% of the population of this entire country. As a matter of fact, it's only about 3% of the worldwide population altogether. I mean, this crap right here has gone way too damn far. And I think that some of these suburban parents are starting to see this, and they're beginning to fight back. And obviously, the kids have done this as well. Like I said, children can oftentimes do some great things, and kudos to them for doing this. Guys, with that right there being said, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe. If you guys feel that I've earned your subscription, please make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Please click on the notifications bell. Of course, there'll be more videos coming out in the future. You guys will obviously be able to then be notified of my videos coming out. I think YouTube's not letting a lot of my subscribers know what's going on. Probably the reason why the real views are down. Also, leave a comment in the comment section. I would love to get you guys' thoughts. Share this video. Share it with friends and family. And one more time, don't be blackpilled and let not your heart be troubled. And I'll see you guys later.